charm place.
Charm place. Okay. And what did you do when you went to the charm place?
I was riding off that Challenger Cafe.
Okay. And did you do anything at Challenger Cafe?
The picture.
And on your way back to the area, you just
Good morning, ladies. How are you?
could you show us?
Welcome, Gwen. My first look at you member.
When I retrieved the bag, or to like.
Yeah, before you retrieve the bag, so you're coming back into this particular area.
And of course, I can't hear a thing.
I was walking past the maxi Ford place and cut through, and I crossed over and went through this entrance right here.
And then after you cut through the entrance, where did you go?
I checked out a few of these cars right here, and walked right here, checked out these cars, and went into this parking lot, checked out these cars, and came out, seen security. I ducked behind the car over here, and made his way down. He parked at the corner. I checked a few of these cars, and then when he was pulling off again, I didn't know if he was coming back around. I took this walkway. Come out to come retrieve the bag from right here.
Okay, and when you took this walkway that you just showed us, what if anything did you see?
That was when I saw a dark figure upon like right here on the ground.
You were there, or the dark figure was there?
Well, when I was walking, that's where the dark figure was, about right here. I was walking.
Okay.
Right here.
And you stated that at first, could you tell what this dark figure was?
Not at first, until I got like close enough to see that it was a person. I hadn't fully come into contact yet.
And at some point in time, did you realize it was a person?
Objection. Your Honor, we've already gone over all this. Now he wants to go over this again. These have all been asked and answered. They have been asked and answered.
Now, you stated, I guess, on Wednesday, that you, and I asked you, could you tell the race of the person? Remember that?
Yeah, I stated that I couldn't. I didn't know whether.
I was wondering how you were gonna pop up, Gwen.
Swedish or whatever.
Did you know whether or not
Gwen's my first new member, you guys, just so you know.
Yeah, why?
I'm sorry I'm late.
So,
As you
we'll
can
fast
see,
forward
I
to
look like I just woke up, and I
the
did.
interview that you had with,
I'm writing his name down right now, Gwen.
Why were you repeatedly saying, I didn't see somebody laying on the ground?
When he was asking me the questions, or basically telling me that I went in somebody's house that I didn't go into, I was picturing what I had saw that night. A woman was outside on the ground.
Okay. So just to be clear, when you having your exchange with Sergeant Ford, you were picturing her laying down on the ground?
Yes.
And is that why you kept repeatedly saying, I didn't see anybody laying on the ground?
Yes. And I was also denying the fact that I did not kill her.
Now, we also heard a telephone conversation between, I guess, you and your attorney. What was heard? You remember that particular conversation?
Yes, the call after the preliminary.
And you would recognize that call if you heard it again, correct?
Yes.
I'm going to say defense proposed exhibit 11, which is the entirety of the phone call between Mr. Jackson and
Judge, I'm going to check.
Okay, so again, sorry I was late this morning, you guys. I literally don't have any aspect of time. I worked until midnight last night because that's when I work is on the weekends. And I was on David's show last night again, and we were going over some of our tinfoil hat thoughts on this case. And I also have not finished packing for Arizona. And gosh, I have to get on the plane. I have to leave here by like 10. So I'm going to have to skedaddle out of here and then jump back on when I land. But Arizona's like 2 hours behind. So it'll be almost like we are new again when I get back, when I get to Arizona. So it'll be like going back in time or something. I don't know. It's going to be weird. We'll see what happens. I also have, I can't tell you guys, but yes, I am glad that you found that name, Gwen. Thank you so much. But I am going to be doing some members only things. So look forward to that. I do have an inside scoop. And it's only going to be for members only when I get confirmation on that. So get ready. But just know for all of you, all of your prayers and all of your thoughts and all of our efforts and everything have not gone unnoticed, just so that you are aware. Michael is thankful. They are all very thankful that we are paying attention. And thank you, Gwen, for putting us on to this trial and making sure it got highlighted again as the national media.
Now, Mr. Jackson Milano, this phone call was this after a preliminary examination?
Yes, that's that.
And was this exactly in a different court?
And 36.
36 court? Okay. Was there a different judge that presided over that exam that is presiding over this trial as of right now?
Yes.
And I would like to publish this.
Wait. Wait, this is defense's what?
Exhibit 11.
Defense 11 is admitted to make only.
And there is a lot of dead time, like 5 minutes of dead time. So I'm going to put it at 5:34.
At first, when I first got there to believe you, he said, but after the question you asked, he said, man, you really target his armor. Like, you really put kinks into his armor. He said, normally when I cover these type of cases and the case is bound over, I don't think nothing much of it, man. He's like, man, look how you gonna get off.
Man, I ain't sorry, bro, because I ain't do this shit. But
I'm
just saying, once again, but I was also talking to, I also talked to Criminal too. She's gonna come see me tomorrow. I was wondering, will you come in to see me tomorrow, but you just stated that you got a case tomorrow, so.
My case is at 1:30, so I can come see you before then. I mean, I got some cases in the morning, so I'll have some time.
She wants to meet up with you. She said she's gonna go by, my like hard drive with you.
Okay, if she brings it down there, because I have two different hard drives. I got a hard drive that needs to be plugged in, that has a little bit more stuff on there than the hard drive that I brought today, because the one that they gave me, you got to plug it into the wall and it needs a special key and everything. So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just wanted to go over some more stuff real quick, you feel me? Just like little questions I may have since we leaving into the jury, you feel me? And then like
Yeah.
from my knowledge in the jury, like bro, they could, you feel me? And then I can amend it, and then I got a new charge, right?
Yeah, you got a new charge, which is but in my opinion, they're not going to prove that. Like I said, it'll be easier for them to try to prove that you went there to rob her. So basically, that you went in there with the intention to murder her. They're not going to be able to prove that. I would read some of the comments. The reason that a lot of people, it don't add up. Like it does not add up. You innocent, man. You got a lot of people in the house in the public. Saying that it don't add up.
Man, shit, realistically it don't, and logically it don't, bro, because logically I ain't got shit to do with nothing. Realistically, I don't got shit to do with shit, so it's like, you feel me? A lot of people, when I go and explain the reason why I say what I say in interrogation, because, you feel me, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I 100% get it. I mean, I know exactly what comes in.
And then, like I was saying, bro, we do the cross exams, man, these guys, and like she was saying next to me, man, these guys do not know how to answer yes or fucking no. They like to give a descriptive, and that's where we got to cut it off. I didn't ask none of that. It's yes or no. Cause you see they fumbling with their words. Yeah. Then they look at the prosecutor, and then the judge chimes in when he feels them trembling. The judge was chiming in like, you've been here 13 years and you like not that, like, but you know that, like, bro, what the fuck is he on? You feel me? That shit was weird, but it's like, bro, and then he's falling asleep up there. You even caught it this time. You feel me?
Yeah.
He's falling asleep, and it's like, man, I want to never accused from the beginning. Just off of
that was going to happen. I can tell you right now, you can't. That was really across. Like everybody was watching it. Yeah.
No, I said, no, you did amazing. You did a tremendous job, for sure.
Yeah, so the theory has been established, and everybody who heard the theory was like, yeah, that makes sense. The prosecutor's theory doesn't make sense at all. It's a victim of circumstance. Circumstances, you were in the area. You can explain why there's blood on there. It's very reasonable. And like even the judge said, so he finds it very peculiar. This is his word. I find it very peculiar that there's not more blood on the front of you. So the crime scene had a tremendous amount of blood.
And then y'all got all the clothing I had on that, like some shoes, pants,
exactly.
Coat, like, come on, bro, what the fuck?
Yes.
And
yes.
Even if you can't wash that shit up because it's still gonna be there.
And that's what the
judge only shit that don't disappear. The only shit that don't disappear.
That's exactly what the judge said when he came up there. He said when he asked him, like, man, I find it peculiar that he was talking to us. Like that there was no blood other than those two spots on his sleeve, and the prosecutor was like, oh, he may have watched it, and the judge was like, no, that wouldn't explain. You would have some traces of blood other than, just on the arm. You would have it on the front. But like I said, you would have it on the front. You would have it on the other eye that was there. So, and he tried to say, oh, it might be another item, a small it's a small blood. The backpack, like, yeah, if he would have blood on his hands and picked up the backpack, the judge kind of shook his head, and then the prosecutor would say that. The prosecutor's feeling, like I said before, I can't guarantee it, but I have a feeling we will do stuff. Like, the prosecutor had to say yes, and when I first talked to him about our theory of what happened, and he was like, why did you say that at first? He was like, why did he say that at first? And then, he said he thought that might be an issue too. He found the body and then cut one of her pockets.
Come on, bro, if this person had everything still on her.
Absolutely. There was nothing that was mistaken. There was nothing that was taken. No evidence that anything was taken. know there was evidence that things were in plain view. The credit card was right on the table. You saw the credit card. The laptop was right there. You can make whatever it was, had an opportunity to check it. This was not a theft involved. This was something else. It had nothing to do with no theft. Whoever went there did not come to steal something from her. Somebody went there to steal her every time. They had a lot longer than 60 seconds to touch over her from room to room, to beat her up. She got bruises all on her body, and then be able to get out of there. It's the new shit that there's like the fact that you were emotionally in there at 420, and then you were seen and lose it a half a mile. Like he was busy a half a mile away on another surveillance just 3 minutes later. So everybody knows the guy person he called me was like, man, you did an excellent job. He's like, man, you put the key to their arm, and normally when the case is bound over, I don't think he does nothing, man, but the questions you asked, yeah, he's thinking like, yeah, about whether or not it was the right time or the right date when the officer was find they don't know, they personally independently verify whether or not.
So I will tell y'all this tidbit: the prosecution did not have enough evidence to bring this case, and the judge and everyone felt that there was not enough. But they did it anyway because they were told they needed to solve this.
They can't substantiate that. I mean, they can't, first of all, they can't substantiate the poem, they can't substantiate you, and then more important, anything.
Oh, we all got to head out today. This is a crazy day.
It's realistically impossible. I don't even think you could do it in a movie. You see?
No, you can't.
We got a hurricane coming. I'm getting out of here just in time.
And I'm looking at everybody. I'm looking down. I'm not doing none of that weird shit.
None of that.
Anything on me would have been like, hey, look at him with a plate instantly. Like, what that guy?
None of that. You're not wiping your face. None of that stuff. You're not wiping none of that stuff. I mean, it's obvious. If it makes it that far, what you know, I don't know. You prosecutor, you say, hey, you don't have to deny and stuff like that. It's only because that's what you being for. But he said for himself with a fightable face. He really was looking at me when I was looking at him like, particular theory.
Yeah, definitely in mind if you got to get in the rain and going in the rain, get in a wheelchair. You better have somebody. You better have an umbrella man.
And then not only that, look at the type of ethnic background the victims. You feel me?
See, they have to play this because the prosecution played their tape.
They're rushing everything. They're forcing these people to do something. And then the lady, the supervisor, prosecutor,
jury. Ooh! Did y'all see the jury?
Oh no, it's taking so long. Come on, we need somebody. So now they just thinking the easiest target. They believe whatever they need.
It's going to cost them. That in the long run, they're hasty.
Kirsten, you better be the most peaceful person on the planet with a 2-hour meditation.
All that stuff. That's going to cost them in the long run. That's going to come back to bite us.
Yeah. So do you believe? I guess I could over to talk to you guys both tomorrow. Do you believe the speedy FT or not?
I mean, we're not going to waive your right to a speedy.
You didn't see it?
We're going to have it, it's going to be in a particular fashion. I mean,
I ain't trying to sit here.
Oh, no, we're not going to waive your No, put your picture out.
Yeah.
That's going to cost them the long.
That's them. Wait, here we go.
The KW lady, you feel me? She lady, you feel me? And not only that, look at the type of ethnic background the victims, you feel me? And the type of
Look to the right, and they're going to show the jury. I just backtracked it. Look to the right. Bam, jury.
We're going to come forward, at a reasonable time. When next Tuesday, we're probably going to set the trial date. It's probably going to be sometime realistically, maybe this summer.
So he wanted this trial to go this fast.
About February, so it'll probably be around, maybe June-ish by the time you go to trial. Give or take, don't quote me on it. It all depends on the court schedule and everything also. But after around June-ish, you be going to trial.
Damn, that's still far. It's only.
Yeah,
I'm thinking this was speedy is like right then and there. Like, all right, after the 30th of this month, we're looking at March.
You be too soon because, for one, we're not going to have the preliminary exam transcript. That's going to be a while because the exam was so long. So it's going to take a little bit for them to get that exam transcript because we definitely need that before we go to trial because we might have to impeach some people if they try to say something differently. Then if they testify to the exam, we'll be like, hey, bam, you said good back on the exam on January 23rd. Now you said something different.
Right, like people was doing in, fumbling and rewording and trying to go around. And that's another thing too, man, no going around the questions. No trying to reword, rephrase, and re-cameo statement and say it's a strictly yes or no. And we were saying that together, whispered each other, like, man, why they keep just answering yes or no? Why they keep trying to, oh, well, I know this from doing this and this experience of doing it. Bro, yes or fucking no. Like, every time they do that with you, bro, because they really know they on bullshit. So they try to do that weird shit instead of just being real and saying yes or no. You feel me?
Yeah. I mean, we on that, yeah, definitely. And yeah. We got to talk to from each individual because when it boils down to our theory, basically has been established by. So some of the people didn't really matter. Some of the people, they don't really have too much to do with it. The more important individuals are going to be the guy who basically did the phone mapping. We're going to have our own phone guy who talks to him. So that is the he testifying to is going to be discredited. Basically, there's no way from his phone mapping that they can pinpoint where you are. All they can tell you is in a general area. Just like they had the longitude and latitude for her phone, with the company of Marco was testifying that the longitude and latitude moves, so she basically couldn't tell the phone's moves, the location wise during this time period. They could have got the exact same location information from your phone. The FBI didn't still to himself. FBI guy said that if I had the phone and we would have put it in this particular system using our software, we would have been able to tell you, specifically where he was at.
Yeah, I've tagged Toddy in my videos.
We're going to have our guys look at information. They don't want that information to be out because that discredits their whole theory.
I've done nothing but research this case and send in requests for FOIAs and my mother-in-law showed up. Did I tell you guys that?
That was admitted into MRE 90211. Everything that wasn't that's all supposed to be true, right? That's all the evidence that they're using. That's everything that they're using.
At trial, they're gonna have to reestablish it again. I mean, you carry it over from preliminary examination. That's something I say for preliminary examination purposes only.
Yeah, they are going up a little bit, so I'm hoping.
Like the lab reports, the medical examiner, they let certain things come in without the person testifying to at an exam. At a trial, the medical examiner has to come and testify.
Oh, good.
The individuals who did those lab reports will actually have to come in and testify. So it's different rules that apply.
Kirsten found me on Facebook. I have all my socials in my description.
More so in the thing, if this was a poker hand, if this was poker, who looking good?
Well, yes. And as far as establishing, tendencies and establishing our theory, I mean, you're looking good. I don't believe that they can't prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you did it. They have no evidence. Even the judge had to say it's very plausible, very possible that, you know, being a quote unquote thief you are, came across the body.
He still had to defame a nigga. Still had to.
I mean, the cameras on.
Why would you say that I had to check her pocket? Like, bro, I'm not no dirty nigga, bro. I'm not doing no weird shit like that.
No, not at all. But at the end of the day, he even had to admit himself that it's very possible of our theory that she died earlier, got up, stumbled outside, and you just like others came across her body and touched her.
Yeah.
For whatever reason we say you might have touched her, he said that's very possible. And had the cameras not been there in his face, and all the cameras not been there in his face, he would have just like, just for him saying that is a possibility. Because normally if he would have felt the way, oh, he was like, oh yeah, I think he did it, I think the claim did it. But he was like, he said that multiple times that it's a possibility that you came across the body, and that would explain the little bit of blood, because to him it was very peculiar that all that blood in that house, in that apartment, you only had 2 little specks on the back of your sleeve. That don't make sense.
Yeah, David made me feel good last night. He was like, well, if you want to do this like a journalist and you want to really get into this, and I was like, oh my gosh, now I got to be more professional. Oh, and look at me this morning, barely making it.
Yeah, after they already ran everything, they say, oh, it's another one, we checked again, now we got this. Like, no, hell.
So there, I know, this is just a back and forth
now.
conversation about the blood, trying to figure out how to explain this blood, because
establish that on the record, we don't want in front of if we make it to the jury, we want to question on why would they run this back?
yeah,
why would you run?
They're just trying to understand where the blood came from.
After you read everything,
they basically talk right now. They're frantically talking about where in the heck this blood came from.
It don't pass the smell test. Like you had all this evidence, you had all this.
Can't understand where the blood came from. They're trying to figure it out. They're trying to like, where the hell did this blood come from? What are we going to say about this blood? Because they have no explanation themselves. So that's why they're like, if you touched her, that's the only explanation they can think of is where the blood came from. I don't think they're even thinking. I mean, I think they're thinking cross-contamination, that they possibly planted the blood, but that's a huge accusation to make. And you have to have basis and proof to do that, or you're going to use that as your defense. You better have something to back that up. You're going up against the state and the government. So
yes.
All of a sudden, I got a door bag, so I have to the right bag. How you know that person with this person in here with that? You feel me?
How do we know that's you?
Right, and then y'all don't even know. And then they kept charging that question, so that's why we confessed it and bring the GS. You feel me? We bring up that GS.
You said bring up the what?
The GS, the GL, we bring up that, you feel me?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that's gonna show that they did like legal tasks to identify a POI, you feel me?
yeah, you didn't know you was gonna get this judge.
And that issue is gonna be litigated way before trial. We're gonna litigate that issue with a motion that the judge is going to determine whether he's gonna like whether our judge is gonna battle out. Maybe judge, I don't know what the judge is gonna be. My chief judge, Judge Knapp, he's pretty. I've had some good reviews from him in the past. So he might. We don't know who the judge is gonna be. We're definitely a week from today.
Okay.
So we're gonna arrange up the information. Basically, we're gonna arrange you in circuit court. Nothing's gonna be happening. Probably get some dates. Order the transcript. You order the transcript next week. Give a motion cutoff day that all the motions got to be due by a certain time, and I would suspect that we will get trial dates next week too. We'll set the trial dates sometime in the near future.
Okay. Damn. All right.
Yeah.
just hate sitting in here, bro.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I mean, it's not in vain. I mean, like I said, it might be a blessing in
The loss of my granddad, I just keep thinking on that shit. Now I'm emotionally damaged, not even more.
Yeah, I feel bad about that. Did you get an opportunity to call your dad?
No, I ain't get no answer or nothing. But you feel me? I don't know, man. Yeah, that's a lot, man. It's a lot, but all this plays into whatever happens after this. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just don't worry too much. It went pretty good. I mean, I'm not surprised. I would like to have had done the right thing and dismissed the case. But given the publicity, I mean, we knew from the on side that wasn't going to happen. But we had
the words that he said was awful shocking too. Like, dang, but why if you built this way in your heart? After I told you we had to stare down for 3 minutes, like looking into each other, and I'm like telling him with my eyes, like, bro, be honest, be realistic with yourself. With my eyes, I'm telling him, like, you really, and that's why he felt that type of way, like, damn, and then with your story too to back it up. So he like, damn, why if you really felt that in your heart, bro, you should have did the right thing, but like you said, the media and all that shit. So you feel me?
If the media and is a prosecutor, I can tell you right now, the prosecutor would have appealed it. So if the judge would have dismissed it, then the prosecutor can appeal it up to the circuit court, and if the circuit court, they could reinstate the charges. They can say, oh, the judge, start back over.
I'm on the fence about this this recording.
Reason why I can't get in the judge's head. I think it's partially the media and partially in his heart. I think he like, got what I'm saying, and it needs to be a not good. That's the only way they can reach charges is if it's not guilty. That's double jeopardy. So hopefully, you come back not guilty. Nothing they can do, you can sue them. Now he was dismissed and initiate the charges. And then, like, okay, you don't have a lawsuit right now because you're still charged with murder because they reinstated the charges based upon they showed the judge abused his discretion. But he was very clear. I'm going to follow most of the quash, too. Most of the quash, those who can't. The judge abused their discretion, he bonded over. So he was very clear, and you already know, to state that it's a possibility that you know it. Yeah. Like you said, himself is a possibility that you didn't do it. So the fact that the prosecution, in my opinion, didn't meet their burden to show probable cause. He basically still serious. Like he ethically, but they don't have anything that can shit. Yeah, so if you peel back the layers and you look at it, as a logical individual, you're the same way that you're innocent.
Yeah. Yeah, so I will see her tomorrow.
Yeah, I can come tomorrow. I'm not sure what time she's coming. I can come after when I get out of. I'll come around maybe like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. I should be there about 10:30, so I'll come up there.
Okay. Yeah, man, because we'll talk more, I guess, tomorrow,
Yeah.
Man, like I said, man, I appreciate it. Yeah, just believing in the Most High, man. That's it. Yes.
Absolutely.
All right, man. Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for turning, bro.
So, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
Bye.
Mr. Jackson Bolanos, we just heard the entirety of this conversation. What did you mean by it when you said you're not a weird person?
The judge was basically stating that.
Objection. Calls for hearsay.
Your response to why he said a particular thing, but not saying it for the truth of the matter asserted over what the judge said.
Well, he doesn't have to say that. He can just say why he said that.
Okay.
Comments was made that the thief I am, I probably ran her pockets. That was untrue. I'm not that individual to take anything from someone dead.
Okay. Were you denying touching her during this conversation?
I was denying just violating her in any way, touching her inappropriately or taking anything from her.
Okay. Just to be clear, did you take anything from her?
No.
Now, there was some, I guess, conversation about
Jury.
haunted houses. Did you ever check on your phone about the haunted house?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know when?
October, early October.
Did you ever end up going to a haunted house in October?
I went to a couple of them.
There was also some conversation about a black light. Do you remember any searches about a black light?
Sort of kind of when it was brought up. That was like in reference to when I was at a haunted house party. I was noticing a lot of lint on my clothing, and I looked to see what else it sees.
Did you ever search Southwest careers?
Yes.
Okay. And why were you doing that?
I had just got back off the road like the month before October from driving trucks, and I wanted to pick up our airport dealings.
Okay. Did you also search what type of airlines or what airlines are basically felon friendly as far as hiring?
Yeah, as far as I knew, Southwest and Delta were, but I had filed on Delta. Delta tried to scam me. I had went to the wrong page.
Now, why were you searching if airlines were higher felon? Why would you search them?
Because I'm a felon.
Have you been convicted of receiving and concealing stolen property?
Yes. Motor vehicles.
Okay. And what is that in relation to that particular?
Basically going outside in cars and eventually stealing them.
Okay. And have you been convicted twice of that?
Yes, I have.
Now, you stated that you made a comment saying you wouldn't take anything from a dead person. Correct?
That's correct.
From their person, correct?
That's correct.
Would you take anything from a live person? Like you rob a live person?
No.
So, in your mind, what's the difference from stealing from a person's actual body than stealing from a person's car?
To me, scary to take from them. If I take from a car, there's nobody. I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not bringing any ill will towards anyone.
Okay. Do you think that if you steal somebody's property from their car, you could possibly break it up?
Yeah, I can see that.
Have you been convicted of robbing somebody?
No, I had a situation in juvenile.
Now, why wouldn't you go into somebody's house as far as committing some kind of crime?
First and foremost, I don't know what's behind waiting for me. If I do go in anybody's house, I never went in anybody's house before, even as a kid. I I don't do that. That's never been my thing. I'm not in these or home base.
What do you mean? I didn't know who's waiting behind you, behind the door.
Everybody and their mama and some of the kids got guns. I'm not putting my life on the line like that.
Did you have a gun when you went out?
No, I didn't. I'm a felon. I can't have none of that.
Now, was when you went out to, I guess, scout cars on this particular night, was this a common thing that you did around this particular time, or?
It was just, I had, previous to dropping Miss White off to work a couple of days prior, I had seen that Charlie and I wanted to find it when I seen it turn in one of these locations.
Okay, when you say Charlie, are you referring
That scat pack that I took a picture of.
Since this particular night, have you went out scouting for cars or hitting door handles?
No.
And why haven't you?
The night was shocking. And like, seen the dead woman. I'm done doing all of that. I'm straight.
Has you ever came across a dead person while you were out hitting door handles?
No.
How did you feel when you got back home?
Just weirded out to the fact that I touched it.
Did you mention anything about it to your wife?
No.
And why not?
It had nothing to do with me. But it wasn't worth telling me.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson. No further questions.
Okay, y'all. So right now we're going to pray for Michael and pray that he keeps his composure. Pray that the prosecution does not do anything shady, does not say anything to try to emote anger out of Michael, because I know that's what they're going to do. We're going to pray that Michael doesn't get upset. We're going to pray that nothing but the truth shall set him free, and pray that the jury sees that Michael is innocent, and pray that this cross goes very smoothly for Michael. Pray for Michael's family, who I know is watching, and pray that Samantha Woll gets justice. Pray that the jury is paying close attention and that they are piecing this together, even though this has been a chop liver trial. Just pray. In Jesus' name, pray that you put your loving hands on top of everyone in this courtroom, and pray that the jury is not listening to the cherry picking that the prosecution has done to pull this Frankenstein trial together. Gwen's word, that we get everything that we need out of today, out of Michael, and that Michael is clear and concise and says exactly what his heart is trying to get out, because I know that Michael is very nervous and anxious. But please, God, make it make sense for the jury so they can make the right decision. And please have Michael keep his composure and just be clear that he did not do this, and let the truth come out. And just wrap your arms around Samantha's family, wrap your arms around Michael's family, his girlfriend, everyone. And in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thank you. Okay. Ugh, what are they talking about? Yes, definitely. Oh no, they're letting the jury out. Okay, well, because the money is definitely talking, y'all. I have done a lot of research. I already made today's video. So for the murder on Juliet, I had to do it yesterday. I did 2 videos yesterday because I knew I was going to be traveling today. So when that video comes out, pretty soon, thanks to Gwen, you guys, there will be member only videos. So there'll be things that only members get to see. So like I said, hopefully when this trial goes the way we want it to, hopefully there is going to be some member only things that we're going to be
Yes,
Yes, Judge. Last Wednesday, we were in court. The defense introduced, I believe it was Defense Exhibit 10, one of the phone calls between the defendant and his girlfriend. In the course of this phone call, the defendant said words to the effect of, I don't do weird shit to women, or I don't hurt women. I can't remember verbatim exactly what was said. But both in that call and today, he has testified that he doesn't rob people, he doesn't hurt people. Now, that is character evidence that the defendant has introduced. The phone call that was made to his girlfriend, that was specifically redacted to not include that character evidence. The defense insisted that that full, complete exhibit be admitted. The jury has now heard that exhibit. The evidence has been introduced by the defendant, and pursuant to Rule 405A, cross-examination on this point is permitted. I'm also referring to the case, it's a Michigan Supreme Court case. People, the Lukity, that's Lukity at 60 Michigan, which is added character trait in this case, the defendant's on trial for killing a woman. We should be permitted to cross-examine him on those topics. And so I would propose to use specific instances of conduct. I can get into that if the court wants, but specific instances of prior conduct, and should be cross-examined on these points.
he doesn't hurt women. He said he doesn't do weird stuff to women.
he basically wants to introduce that he has been violent to women in the past. So he can show his character is worse than he's making it out to be.
That I don't do any weird stuff. They've already heard it. It's nothing more than a consistent statement. So it's nothing different than when he said they opened that. They introduced that particular statement from here. So some of them they want to cherry pick. It's similar and exact same statement that he said to his girlfriend on the phone call. That's not character. He said, I don't do weird shit. He didn't say I didn't hurt women. I don't attack women. I don't do weird stuff, which is exactly what he said on the other phone call. He said he took something from the body of Samantha Woll when he came across. He said, I don't do that weird stuff. He's been consistently saying, I don't do weird stuff on multiple recordings that they play. 2 out of the 3 recordings that they play, he said a very similar statement. So then the fact that we introduced something that he said.
This is what happens when you take the stand. You open yourself up for God knows what.
Character evidence that allows them to cross-examine him on things unrelated to the statement that he just stated. He was very specific on I don't do weird stuff, and every time it was in relation to whether or not he came across that body. And did as far as Paul with his girlfriend was after the insinuation by Judge King when Judge King insinuated that being the thief he is, he probably came across the body, took the body, and tried to run out. The conversation that me and him had, prosecution tried to insinuate that he meant, oh, I didn't touch the body at all. They tried to mislead the jury by we had a whole motion hearing on this, getting privileged conversation in that they did not redact on that. So the jury heard him say, I don't do weird stuff. And he was implying to what he is explicitly stating that he did not take things off of a dead body. Has nothing to do with character. And I asked him, and he was responding to whether or not he's been convicted. We were talking about his convictions, whether or not he has the propensity to rob body, whether he ever robbed somebody. That question was not asked. It was about his criminal history. That character trait was never asked of him, elicited from him, nor did he ever respond to it. He was responding to his convictions.
Well, I remember what was said today, but I don't remember the conversation with the girlfriend exactly what was said. Do you know the time in that exhibit when it was said?
Yes.
What has she decided?
I just want to know
Anything?
what was said
He said specifically the same thing he said in the interview.
I want to know.
Just stay warm, man. Just stay warm. Like I said, bro, no matter what happens to you, I would not lie to you, bro. I did not do this shit, bro. I don't know weird shit women. I don't hurt kids. I don't hurt women. I don't do no weird shit, bro.
He went on beyond weird shit. He said, I don't hurt women.
I mean, he said the same thing during his interview.
Hi, Lucy. Welcome.
Detective was charged for. He said the exact same thing. I don't hurt women. I don't do weird stuff. He said the exact same thing that they played for the jury during his interview. He was saying the exact same thing, nothing different. So they want to introduce something, and then he's saying the exact same thing that they introduced, and they want to cherry pick that and say that's character evidence.
He never said, I don't hurt women in the interview. He did. I remember saying, I don't rob and I don't get a lick and I never drop a body.
But Judge, I think what's pertinent here is that the defendant is introducing this evidence. We never attempted to argue that he's a character for hurting women. The defense is introducing that, and that's why he's opened the door to this. So whether he said it in a prior interview, we never argued that he's the type of person who hurts women. The defendant is the one testifying that he's not the type of person who would do this because he doesn't hurt women. And that's a key distinction.
Who wants to talk to girlfriend? the prosecution wants to talk to her, that's going to go nowhere.
I'm not committing no crimes, I'm not hurting nobody, I'm not doing nothing, I'm not stealing nothing. That's just one time he said it. He says it multiple times throughout this interview, Judge. 10159. That's one time he says it. Says it multiple times. And as a matter of fact, they multiple who took this, they people and said, "Oh, Mr. Bolano saying I don't hurt anybody." Did you not think that was odd when he was saying that? These were questions they asked witnesses who they cross-examined. Lane, Ford, they asked these specific questions. Didn't you think it was odd when he said, "I don't hurt nobody"? Didn't you think that? Okay, there.
So what about the people's argument that they weren't gonna ask any character evidence based on that, but now you've introduced these statements?
Well, Judge, these statements were already introduced via the initial interrogation video, and technically, on the rule of completeness, what we were trying to do was just show the jury that we're not hiding anything in these phone calls. They're trying to fragment the phone calls and enter them. The jury themselves, as we know, had a question as to why these fragmented calls. They had that question. All we're attempting to do is say, "Hey, look, we've got nothing to hide from side. We will show you the entirety of the phone call." And the rule of completeness allows us to do that.
It sounds like the judge is kind of leaning in the prosecution's direction again.
This call was to take out this particular character evidence, which was a 5-second clip out of a 10-minute call. So
Look at this little
that's not the reason why they
weasel.
wanted to get what they wanted out this
I don't need to be so mean. Stop being mean. Stop being mean.
as Mr. Jackson Bolanos had a particular state of mind.
Oh no, Brian.
Getting upset about the washing of clothes, where the nature of this conversation had a lot more information and evidence in it, I believe, that the prosecutor did not agree to hear. So that's why the clip out of the on stuff, where it's the same thing he said. It's nothing new that was being introduced to the jury that they did not hear from evidence, from testimony that they elicit from individuals on the phone. Even in the Otis Smith, they were saying, "Oh, Mr. Jackson Bolanos was saying things about not robbing people." He kept saying not robbing people when he was into the interrogation, even nobody else. They were misleading, trying to act like Mr. Jackson was making affirmative statements about.
Y'all get this moving. I got to go.
They're trying to insinuate that, oh, he must have a guilty conscience because nobody asked him about robbing people when he first got into the interrogation room. They were talking about glasses. Nobody even mentioned the word robbery.
It's because they have nothing on the prosecution side, so here they are trying to open up a door because they don't have anything. Right.
Conscious about something, and that's what was on his mind. And just the fact he could be saying the same thing he said to Sergeant Ford, to Sergeant Lane, does not mean that he's introducing any new character evidence that would open the door.
And you're choosing to use that because you have no other evidence. Nothing. Attacking his character.
I know there were repeated similar types of content.
The relevant point here is they made the decision to play the full call. They did not have to do that. They chose to do that. They chose when he's on the witness stand to ask him, "Are you the type of person who does?"
What does that have to do with the case at hand?
Answer the question that way. They have deliberately inserted this issue into the trial, and so now they can't sit back and say, "Oh well."
Yeah, they have nothing, you guys. So they are fighting to attack his character because they have nothing.
Questioning about specific
Gwen, just so you know, because you're my first member,
cross-examination that I
you have been voluntold that when we get to enough people in the chat and we start getting bigger, you're going to be a moderator. Just get ready. That's going to start happening. Once you guys spread the word about this channel and it gets big enough.
Nobody ever mentioned anything about robbery. So they're basically insinuating that he has a guilty conscience. He's the type of person who robs individuals, even though he's asserting he doesn't. And like
I do that a lot. I volunteer people.
They made reference to
from my corporate background. I delegate.
Before even being questioned on that. So they're already insinuating on his character. Then they're showing specific incidences from their own evidence where he's denying.
That's what I call my brain, Swiss cheese. My brain.
Anybody, I don't rob people. I don't do anything. Then they're doing direct examination on their witnesses and eliciting testimony on how they're.
That's exactly what they're doing because they don't have a case. Get it, Brian? Tell her.
Did you ask anything about it? So they're already implying his character through the back way. They're trying to backdoor his character in by making insinuations and then asking their witnesses how they felt about statements that were made.
And, Judge, as far as the prosecution saying that we deliberately and intentionally entered these phone calls, we didn't ask them.
Hi, Darian.
Of any calls. We were never intending on doing any phone calls. They did that. And in order
Welcome to the chat. Is that how you say your name, Darian? Darian?
Specifically asked a question in regards to why there were redactions to phone calls. We are appeasing them by saying, hey, listen, we know you just got a portion of the phone call.
Welcome to the alternate point of view.
Every single one that they played. We have introduced no extra phone calls. I'm sure the court is aware of that. They played 3. Exactly. They played 3. We played 3. That's all we're doing. So now he's saying, oh, well, we didn't ask you to play. Sir, you played a portion of it. All we're doing is just showing our full hands to the jury and say, hey, look, that's all we did with that.
Which included character evidence.
I don't believe that's character evidence saying that he's talking to his girlfriend and he's saying basically the same thing he said during the interview. He's reassuring to her after accusations.
Oh my goodness.
By multiple pieces of their evidence that he did something to this body.
Oh, is it Darlene? Sorry, I don't have my glasses on.
They played this a portion of taking out context, insinuating that at the very least.
But it went beyond that because they said.
Thank you, Gwen. I'm glad you'll be honored to be doing something. She's gonna give in. She's gonna give it to the prosecution. Oh my gosh. That's interrogation technique. Yeah, that's what people do who are freaking feeling.
During opening statement, he already insinuated.
That's right. Have you seen the Central Park 5 interrogations? Have you seen any interrogation ever?
Therefore, he had to be lying because nobody asked him about any robberies. He volunteered the information that he does not do any robberies. They were talking about glasses. So he said this during his opening statement. He's already planted that seed into the jury's mind, and then he watered that seed during his witnesses when he asked them questions about it after playing the video and audio of his interrogation of him repeatedly saying, I don't rob individuals. I don't rob individuals. And then they asked questions from their own witnesses about those particular statements that he made. And then he's repeatedly saying, I don't do anything to women. I don't hurt women. He's repeatedly saying that. So this is nothing inconsistent or nothing new that the jury did not.
Oh my gosh, she is like
something, a new statement that the jury already did not hear ad nauseum.
Oh, Michael's trying to talk. He's like, let me talk.
And their own exhibits. They heard this multiple times.
But that was in a different context where they hadn't even talked about robbery yet. They just talked about some cars and some sunglasses.
When they brought me in.
Hold on.
This is repeatedly through the interview. This was at the beginning, middle, and the end when he repeatedly stated he does it. Even after when they said that you went into the house, He's like, I don't go into houses. I don't do that type of stuff. I don't go into people's houses. I don't. And then the detective's like, what's the difference between going to somebody's house and going to somebody's car? He's like, there's a big difference. And the detective's like, oh, there's no difference. And my client was like, there's a big difference. So
Okay, y'all, I'm so sorry. I have to step away because I've got to finish packing and stuff. So I'll be right back. When? Guess what? You got this.
You had to go in there. We got you in there. Like, no, I don't do that. Or you had to touch it. Like, no, I don't do anything to women. It was an obvious insinuation that the detective was making that he hurt this Samantha Woll. And he was denying, saying, I do not do anything to women. I don't hurt women. He repeatedly said this from the beginning of this interview, during the middle, towards the end. He was very consistent. He never wavered on that point at all. So for them to introduce that and then act like, oh, it's okay, whatever, it doesn't matter that he said that during our evidence or exhibit, with the fact that he said a 5-second blip to his girlfriend, and therefore they're allowed to now just bring up accusations, not even charge conduct, not even convictions. They just want to bring up accusations that somebody made on him, and then put that in front of the jury to try to prejudice them and say, oh, somebody said back when you was in middle school that you took their pencil without asking, or you did this years ago. Unsubstantiated. We don't have the person here to testify to these acts. We don't have the person who can say, like, okay, Jackson was wrong, he did A, B, and C. They're unsubstantiated, they're uncharged, I don't know when they came from, and their prejudicial value highly outweighs any probative value in relation to him making a consistent statement that he did prior to that phone call. The very evidence that they entered against my phone call, he said he doesn't do weird stuff. That was it. So I guess if we played that also, then I guess that's more grounds from in their mind that there's character evidence that should be entered, because they played this particular call where he said, I don't do any weird stuff.
I've heard enough. Mr. DeGrazio, your response to the fact that you already introduced these statements throughout in the interview.
The purpose for introducing those statements was not to make argument, not to make the argument that he has a bad character, or that because he's committed crimes in the past that he committed this particular crime. Nobody was asked any question about prior instances of bad conduct on behalf of the defense. When the defense put forth their evidence, they introduced this character argument that he's not the type of person who would do that sort of thing. So just because in the past, just because we introduced a statement where he denied hurting any women, that does not mean that we opened up the door to character evidence on the defendant. Obviously we didn't, and that's why we redacted copies of the jail calls. That's why we redacted certain forms of information that were in the video recorded statements, because we deliberately did not want to introduce character evidence unnecessarily. But now the situation has changed because they decided that they wanted to introduce character evidence. So the idea that somehow, because we had played that video recorded statement, the defendant's character was open the door and fair game, the court has never issued that ruling, and it's simply an absurd argument. What is different now is that they have decided to introduce evidence of the defendant's character, and pursuant to case law and the rules of evidence, I should be allowed to inquire about that, to rebut that claim that the defendant gave.
Saying that he claimed something for the jury where his character is in question. Now, whether or not they specifically asked their witness, hey, do you know of any particular instances? The cat was out the bag. Once the video is played and they hear accusations about glasses from a pawn shop, they hear accusations about, oh, we looked your history up, we know what you've done before. Sergeant Ford was talking about his character. We know this is out of your character. He said, this is out of your character. You must have been working with somebody else. We know that's character. If that's not character evidence, I don't know character. This has to be out of your character. I.e., we know you did it, but we looked in your history and you've done other stuff. We know about your history with cars. We know about your history with cars. But You don't have this particular history in your background as far as hurting people, so you must have done it under the direction of somebody else. They've opened the door. Now, whether or not they specifically asked Sergeant Ford questions about that, the jury's heard. The jury's heard things about his background from them. So then we had to ask these questions. I had to ask these questions to clean it up because the cat is already out the bag. You can't put the genie in the bottle once he's out. You can't unring a bell. And they rung that bell with their evidence, with their witnesses, multiple phone calls about him saying weird stuff, multiple things about him denying doing things to women, and Sergeant Ford specifically telling Mr. Jackson Bolanos, I know, I personally researched your background, and I know your background, and I'm telling you your background, and I'm telling the world your background, because the world is watching right now. I'm telling the world I know about your background, and I'm also telling the world I think you did this, but it has to be under the direction because this goes outside of your normal character. Now tell me that, I mean, that's character evidence.
But Judge, the statements of Sergeant Ford are not evidence. Only the defendant's statements are evidence in that clip. Secondly, if they're claiming that the door is wide open to character evidence, then what are we even arguing about then? They should have no objection to me asking them about that. If it's their argument that the door has been wide open, what are we even arguing about?
They opened the door. So I can ask them questions. If they bring his character, I can ask them questions to clean it up. I didn't ask any additional question. I didn't say, hey, are you the type of individual who would rob somebody? Are you the type of person who has ever hurt somebody? I didn't ask these questions. These questions were never elicited, even though the insinuation was already out there. The sin was already out there. And the jury heard that. So they just want to put that out there and say, oh, we didn't open the door. You know, we looked the whole video recording, this whole interrogation. We took out the places where it's mention of a polygraph or mention of some other things with no mention of character evidence. They didn't take that out. They didn't take things out like that. They took things about question about things that we know are inadmissible in a court. So they took out a very small portion what they taken out. Same thing with their phone calls. They want to give the court the impression that they meticulously took out. The only things they took out was mention of character. If that's the case, it would have been only a 5-second muting of the jail. That's how long that conversation was. They only played roughly 20 seconds of a phone call in order to mislead the jury. And then as a rule of completeness, we wanted to bring that in so the jury wouldn't think that we're hiding anything because they're only cherry picking a small portion, just like the conversation that Mr. Jackson Bolanos had with me, where he categorically denied doing weird stuff, i.e. going across the body and then taking things from their pocket. And then he wants to take that out of context, that conversation out of context, mislead the court, and state that me as a counsel put these theories into Mr. Jackson Bolanos' head. He tried to mislead the jury to try to insinuate that I told Mr. Jackson Bolanos to say these things. Mr. Jackson Bolanos already didn't say these things or already didn't do this.
Hey, China.
And I'm force feeding him a theory. So then they take a very small portion out to mislead where it has.
Sorry, I'm trying to do like 10 things at once. Are they still arguing about this?
Where he's saying, I did not do any weird stuff. I don't do stuff like that. I guess when they want to introduce some stuff to attack his character, we can't rehabilitate him.
Sorry, girl. I am not. I'm going out of town today. I am not packed.
We have the ability to rehabilitate his character. And did we do anything external or extra to do that? Absolutely not. It was a consistent statement which he consistently made during the of his interview with.
Yeah, we're not. It's just cloudy here. We're not getting anything. Thank goodness. But I'm about to go to 117-degree weather. I don't even know why I'm packing. I just figured I'd just put underwear in a backpack and go.
Insinuated he knows his character. So we should be able to ask questions.
Yeah, girl, I forgot I was even going out of town for a minute.
So I asked him about his conviction. Has he ever been convicted of receiving stolen property? He stated that was.
I'm one of my sisters, though. I'm like, if I don't have something, I'll be fine.
I didn't elicit how his character was. Are you a good person? Do you always
I don't
treat
know what
women
is happening
with
here. I
utmost
washed my neck
respect?
pillow thing for the plane, and I don't know what's going on.
Proposed to him was whether or not he was convicted of robbing her, or I think it was himself.
Yeah, it sucks to live in Michigan, Gwen.
Armed robbery.
You're always talking about like
Armed robbery.
internet and power and crap. I don't know what's going on up there. Y'all are like in a third world country or something. Oh my gosh. Just tell him you're not going to give them their way, Judge. You horrible, horrible. God forgive me. Dang it.
What he's talking about was theft. This
Yeah.
is out of character for you.
Right,
Because of the theft.
that's correct,
Which the theft is allowed to come in anyway because.
which is why we just.
Right.
Girl, I'll tell you what. I thought I was over that butterfly change stuff.
I've looked in your past, and this is
That's a lie.
extraordinary for you.
That's just beginning.
He's open about his character. He's mentioning his character. So even if he
That's why I got this little mini fan.
How much more you need to say? You mentioned
That's what that mute button's for, so I can turn my mini fan on. And y'all can't hear it.
This is unlike you. I know about your other character traits. Was you were a thief. We know you're a thief. AKA we know you're a thief. That's a character trait you know about.
And again, Judge, in all fairness, like this was, the evidence was introduced by them, and they did redact portions of it, but they did clearly leave in very, very particular pieces of evidence, or I guess statements, I should say, within what they could have easily redacted. They left that in, played that for the jury.
It's evidence. It is evidence. Anything that comes from the screen or that chair is evidence. Whether or not it's believed or not, it's evidence because the jury had an opportunity to hear it, and then they'll give whatever weight to it that they deem necessary, but it's still evidence that they introduced. And they introduced character evidence about Mr. Jackson Bolano.
Well, if the young thug judge hadn't recused himself yet, no judge. There's no judge.
We should have an opportunity to rehabilitate him.
Also, the Alec Baldwin trial started today.
And then they're gonna say, oh, just simply because he said I don't do weird stuff or I don't hurt women. He consistently said that. That's nothing new.
I'm gonna just recap that. I'm not gonna do lives on the Alec Baldwin trial. I don't think. I'm just gonna recap it.
Nah, I just got free game, even though
Y'all, it's a miracle. I got this little neck pillow thing back together. Would you believe I just got this out of the washer and dryer and there's dog hair all over it? Don't buy black if you have dogs. Unless you have a black dog.
You know, his kindergarten girlfriend that he broke her heart or whatever the case is, and she was crying, you know, for
Bless it.
so I can just introduce anything that's just unsubstantiated.
Oh yeah, poor cats. I'm not much of a cat person. Cats freak me out, man. They have like weird attitudes. They like want lovin's when they want it, and then they don't when they don't. Kind of remind me of me. So I don't need another me running around in a furry version.
Accusing you of taking a phone years ago. Yeah, I don't know what he wants to introduce, but at the end of the day, it's whatever it is highly prejudicial.
I wonder if she's gonna plead out or not. I mean, Tracy Farrader did, so I wonder if Donald Adelson's gonna plead out. I mean, she's pretty cooked.
Character evidence is different than conviction. Sure.
But how does that explain this? How does the door
What?
I gotta keep it light sometimes, man. We're watching some serious stuff here. So what are we doing? Oh, now we're looking at text messages. Oh my Jesus, Lord, baby Jesus up above. God Almighty. Gwen, you haven't started the change yet? Oh. Let me tell you, I swear, the day I turned 50, I'm telling you, man, my body turned around and punched me in the damn face and said, you are old as hell. Get ready. It's a coming. And I work with old people and they tell me all the time, like, oh, 50's young. I'm like, what the? And then I have to take it in stride because they are old. So, I mean, they're like 70s and 80s and stuff. Some of them are like 95 and they're just scooting around like dancing and stuff, having a good old time. I'm like, holy crap. I can't believe you're 95. And here I am, 50. Feel like I'm damn dying. Oh. Oh, the 14 man, there's some hateful people in those comments, but she I don't know what's wrong with that girl. They're trying to say she's crazy, insane or something. I mean, what 14-year-old person is sane? They're 14. And every 14-year-old hates their parents. So I don't know. That's a touchy subject. I mean, when my son turned 13, like literally the day he turned 13, he turned into a devil. I don't know about y'all when y'all's kids aged, but they turn into devils at certain points in times in their life. And then you just are like, why? Why did I do this to myself? I mean, he's going to be 24 soon, and I still wonder, like, why? I think he's like out to get me every day, like a cat. You know, they're like, love me when I want you to love me. And then they're like, I freaking hate you. Yeah, kind of like that. But not furry and cuddly. Mm-mm. Nope. Not like that at all. It's with them. That's what kids are, with them. What have you done for me lately? Are you kidding me? The Young Thug trial's on hold. That trial's been going on for like 100 million days. And it's a RICO trial. It's not even like a for real murder trial. It's just a RICO trial. Because that's all they can like get him on. But that little Woody guy, oh my gosh, it's so funny. He's like, you know, I have special needs. You got to ask me in ways I can understand. I'm like, what in the heck? They would have to change the transcript. You can't understand a word that guy's saying. Bless his little heart. They had to change it in literary terms so that people could understand what the words that are coming out of his mouth. So I will also tell y'all that innocent people do not get immunity. Look at this guy's face. This prosecution attorney's face over there. He has this like, I need my glasses, y'all. He has this like weird. I just realized that I have my clear glasses here by my desk, and I was doing a video the other day, and I have my clear glasses and these headphones, and I look like I work in a on a line job because these look like safety glasses and headphones to cover for like safety headphones. I was like, holy crap, I look like I'm working like Laverne and Shirley. And today I for real look like it because I got this headband on. Yeah. Oh, you're about to hit the big 5-0, China. It's going to come at you and it's going to punch you in the face. I keep saying whoever said 50 is the new 30 is clearly not 50. They don't know nothing about that. They need to hurry up because my boyfriend's going to get here to take me to the airport and I'm going to be like, I'm not ready. You gonna be mad? Ayo. This is crazy. By the time they get done with this shenanigans, she's gonna be like, we're gonna take a really long 40 million year lunch today. We're not gonna get to jury instructions. We'll just have to come back tomorrow. And then you can do your closings. How long do you think your closings are gonna take? I can already hear her. You get an hour. Tops. I got a Peloton meeting that I never go to, obviously. I have to go to Weight Watchers later. Oh, God. Dang it. I got to stop. Yes, they are still trying to get a mental health evaluation, but I think that the prosecution was like arguing that they shouldn't have to wait for that. I mean, they're trying to get this stuff to go quick. Man. You know, I wish I could remember 47, but I don't. I barely remember last night. So, yes, so I did watch that preliminary hearing. So, Michigan, I learned, y'all, that is one of the only states that has preliminary hearings. Most states have what's called a grand jury. So, you don't know what the evidence is when they go to the grand jury. You don't get to hear any of that. And sometimes some of the evidence that goes into the grand jury doesn't go into the trial. But in Michigan, they have a grand jury. So you get to hear everything that is going to be in the trial. And what they put in the grand jury has to go, I mean, in the preliminary, has to go into the trial. So what they're saying in the preliminary for this lady in Michigan, so she was saying that she has seizures and she was taking gabapentin. And the black box on her vehicle. Hey, David. They're arguing about trying to attack. I don't know if you heard already Michael's character. So the prosecution obviously has nothing to cross-examine Michael on. So they're trying to just attack Michael's character. But this was something that David and I were talking about last night, was how Michigan has is one of the only states that has preliminary hearings. Oh, crap. So you get to hear everything they're going to show in their case for the trial. Well, hi Eve, how are you? What are you talking about, Eve? Are you talking about what they're talking about or the preliminary hearing stuff? What they're talking about is trying to attack Michael's character. The prosecution wants to basically say Michael is mean to women. Oh, really? She's 14.
Back on the record. With regard to the text messages, there's no reference.
Hi, Jenny.
Violence, and that certainly is not. I'm not going to allow that to be admitted. However, when the jail call was played with conversation with the girlfriend, which was admitted by the defense in full, that portion was not played by the people. The defendant made
She's got
reference to either women, and that is admitted by the defense at that point, and is introduced in character evidence by the defense, although it may have been stated by the defendant in his interview. Able to ask ask about based on anything in the interview that was admitted by the people. But what is admitted by the defense, that opens the door to cross-examination about prior instances under Rule 504A. But the text message is not going to be allowed to be questioned about because there's no mention anywhere in there about any kind of violence. But you may ask about other instances that involve violence. That's my rule. Let's bring the jury back up.
Judge, they have all the discovery. To the extent there's any prior police reports or anything like that documenting any prior incidents, they have those.
I think it should be as far as what's going to be asked.
I'm not going to be able to be on here much longer, y'all. So I will catch up when I land in Arizona. Or I'll try to get on when I get on the plane if I can. I don't know if I'll be able to.
They said you should have a copy of it.
I doubt it.
They just give us discovery somewhere buried in there, but you're saying that you should be able to.
Do you have a copy?
I don't have it for now, right now.
Basically, what they're going to do now is attack Michael's character because he said, I don't hurt women. I don't do that. That's not my style. So now the prosecution wants to attack Michael's character by saying that he has hurt women in the past or ask him if he ever has. And the defense is still trying to fight that.
We're not going to continue right now. I'm waiting for it to come to me.
This doesn't make any sense because keep in mind that the detectives, everyone, they did a rape kit on her and they never tested that rape kit. I feel like this is a merry-go-round because I don't think that if you're going to hurt a woman, I don't know. I just think it's a jump. Like you wouldn't stab a woman to death. She had a hoodie on also. He didn't even know she was a woman. And he didn't know, this is also after the fact. He says this on phone calls. So he didn't even know this was a woman. He didn't know they were talking, like he kept saying that he didn't know who this was. So they're using conversations that were had after he found out this was a woman. Oh God, I'm so sorry. Excuse me if y'all heard that. And remember, Sergeant Ford kept saying she, and he didn't know what he was talking about. And he was like, "Who is she? Why do you keep saying she?" So now they're basically trying to use after the fact conversations. But the defense did put conversations in. Understand, they put the whole conversation in. The prosecution only put parts of the conversation in, but the defense had to put the whole conversation in because it didn't make sense that the prosecution was cherry picking those conversations. So the defense felt they had to put the whole thing in for it to make sense to the jury. But now the defense has put the entire conversation against you because you said you don't hurt women. Now we can ask you about if you haven't ever hurt women. Well, what about this time? Did you ever hurt a woman here? Did you ever hurt a woman here? So because the prosecution has no case, they're just going to attack Michael's character the best that they can and make him look as bad as they can. Now that's going to put Michael in a more defensive mode, and that's going to make Michael want to obviously stand up for himself even more. So let's just pray that Michael does not get in brick wall mode, and that he makes sense and that he doesn't come across as really, really defensive. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right, Eve. You're right. What you mean? What you mean? That's right. I don't know why I didn't catch that. I did a short on that. He is so funny. I'm telling you, man. If he wasn't a troublemaker, he could be a comedian. He's funny. He's hilarious. Yeah, but once I jump off here, I'll tell y'all bye. But I'm gonna literally be like running out the door. Well, she made it to the bench for a reason. So, I mean, unfortunately, judges we may think they're being biased or whatever, but unfortunately, there are laws and precedent that it may not make sense to us, but there are laws and precedent. Every state is different. Every jurisdiction is different. So things that don't make sense to us, it does make sense to them. So yeah, thanks you guys. I will definitely get back on as soon as I possibly can. The crazy thing is going into Arizona is like going back in time. So my flight takes off here at 12:30 and I land in Arizona at 12:20. So it may be like we didn't miss a beat. There is nothing in Arizona but cacti. But I am going to go hopefully bring back a younger looking face and a younger looking throat. That's what I want to bring back. And less body fat, maybe. In the whole 5 days that I'll be there. We'll just see how much can be accomplished in that short amount of time. Oh, my Lord, have mercy. I'm not even going to get to see this. Okay, I got it. So I've looked up his record. I don't think he has any charges against women. Cactus Jack. That's all that's in Arizona is flat. Everything looks the same. It's all the same color. It's like a salmon color. And it's hot. Oh my gosh. But it's not hot like here. It's a dry hot. Like the humidity there's like one like in the single digits percent digits. I know, right? I wish it was a 10-minute flight because I hate flying. Hate it. I don't like to be in a closed, confined space with people that I don't know. Ooh, I'm glad I said that because I got to take a mask. I don't ever wear a mask except when I'm around a bunch of people. I don't like people. Can't you tell?
Good morning.
That's insulting.
Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Yeah, he understood that. The freak.
How old are you?
29.
Were you 28 when all this happened?
Yes, when I was being accused, yes.
Yes, back in October, you were 28, right?
Yes,
And back then, how tall were you?
the same height,
How tall is that?
5'11",
How much did you weigh back then?
156.
So were you in like good physical shape back then?
I guess.
Didn't have any problems walking,
Ooh, sweet,
running,
China.
jumping, that sort of thing?
No,
Okay. Now, back in October of last year, at least around October 20th, 21st, were you homeless back then?
no, I had places to go. I just didn't have a home of my own.
All right, so you would basically stay in a people that you knew's place for days or period of days, but you didn't have like a place where you were renting, right?
Sure.
All right, and so part of that time you're also living out of your car, right?
Correct.
Okay, and so when you would live in your car, would you keep your possessions in your car?
Yes.
All right, so your car, at least at the time where you were living in, you're storing your stuff in there, that's kind of like your personal private space, right?
Yes.
All right, that's like your place of sanctuary, right? If you have nowhere else to go, you go to your car, right?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. I mean, if you didn't have, if you were able to stay at a friend's house, that's where you stay, your car, right?
No, I just go to my auntie's house.
Okay. Did you ever spend it sleeping in your car?
Yes.
And now you had a job at that time, you were a manager at a store,
Yes.
but you were also stripping money at that time, right?
Necessarily.
Right?
True.
Right. And you said to the police at least that you'd have to take showers at the gym, right?
Yeah, but that was for different reasons.
All right. Well, I mean, you didn't have a place of your own.
Ask and answered.
Right. And so
Come on, Brian.
when you would stay with Tiara White, were you giving her money to help pay for rent?
Yes.
Right. So money you were making from your job for giving some away in this, right?
And other places, yeah.
Yeah, in other places. So long and short of it is, you needed money, right?
Not in a desperate manner, but yes.
Okay. No, but yes. That's your answer.
Ask and answered. Brian.
Now, generally speaking, you've lied a lot when it comes to what you were doing over the course of October 21st in the early morning. Is that fair to say?
In regards to what?
Just about what you were doing that night. You lied to the police a lot about that, right?
A lot about going into the cars at first because I have a history of cars and I did not want to be in trouble with the cars.
I'm not asking what you lied to the police about. I'm just saying, generally speaking, did you lie a lot in your interview with police?
A lot? No.
No? Okay. You remember that the police asked you why you lie so much? You remember that?
I don't.
All right. We're going to pull up people's.
Yeah, for me to get on a plane again for that long, I would have to have a lot of medication. You just have to knock me out. And people would just have to put up with my snoring. Apparently, I snore. I don't think I do, but I'm told I do.
38 minutes and 50 seconds.
Why do you lie so much? Because I'm a defensive person. I don't lie. It's just that I get defensive. And bro, like
I don't lie. See?
Right. So you said the question was asked, why do you lie so much? And you said, I'm a defensive person. I don't lie.
So he said I don't lie.
All right, but that itself was a lie, right?
No.
I mean, you do lie.
I was being defensive because they were accusing me of various of things, robbing jewelry stores, pawn shops, robbing people for glasses. This is what I was brought into the
I'm not
pawn shop
asking.
for.
My question for you is not why you're being defensive. The statement about I don't lie, that itself is a lie, right?
Yes.
Okay, so even in that statement, you lie, right?
No.
I mean, you just said I do in fact lie, right?
It was a reason why I was lying.
I'm not interested in why you were lying. just the statement itself, I don't lie. That is a lie, correct?
Yeah.
And within the
Everyone lies.
Remember telling police
We're-
that I steal?
Yes.
Right, that is a lie, correct?
I'm a supermodel
Yes.
and rich.
When
That's a
police
lie.
asked you about these glasses,
But I
right,
believe
you
it.
said, I didn't steal the glasses. You remember saying that?
I said I didn't rob anybody or harm anybody for the glasses.
Right, but in fact, you did steal those glasses from that man, correct?
No. I did not steal glasses from an individual.
So you remember telling the police that you saw the man at the mix and was walking around saying, I lost my glasses, I lost my glasses. Remember telling the police that?
Right.
And then you said that you picked up the glasses and you took them to a pawn shop and stole them, right?
Stole them or sold them?
Sold them.
Sold them, yes.
All right. So you have a man there who's standing around looking for his expensive glasses, and you saw that happen, right?
Right.
And you decided to pick up the glasses and keep them, right?
Right.
Well, the man was standing right there.
He wasn't standing right there. He had already walked off by that time when I went to go retrieve the glasses.
All right. So you saw the man standing around looking for his glasses. You didn't say anything, right?
Right.
So then you pick up the glasses and you go and steal it. You go and sell them, right?
Right. I sold the glasses.
And then you kept the money.
I kept the money.
So you stole the glasses, right?
I took the glasses without permission, but I didn't steal them from a person. I didn't take it from him. They were on the ground outside.
I'm not asking whether you took it from his pocket or off of his face.
No, even as a prosecutor, you know that's not the right terminology.
And you knew the man wanted the glasses, and you decided to keep them, right?
Right.
So you
Ask and answered objection.
Right.
You also told the police that you don't hit cars anymore, but that was a lie, correct? You told the police that you didn't see someone else out there, but your testimony here in court today, that was a lie.
They told me to not see anybody. I didn't want to be accused of something I didn't do.
Right. So you told the police you didn't see anybody out there, right?
Right.
But that you're saying here today was a lie, right?
What?
Your statement to the police about not seeing anyone else out there, that is a lie, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then you also told the police that you never touched any bodies, right?
Right.
And that, according to you today, is a lie that you told to the police, right?
That was a lie.
So you are a liar, correct?
Okay.
And also, now talking about that night, we're talking when you left the house on Alexandrine with Miss Woll, going out just for a walk, you were going to go and check out cars, right?
Right.
So that was a lie that you told your girlfriend, right?
Right.
So not only do you lie to the police, you also lie to your girlfriend, right?
Right.
And you would agree, though, that one of the reasons you lie is because you're defensive, right?
No, I think you're mixing them up. I lied to the versions I was going to go do.
I'm not asking specifically about what you said to Miss White. I'm saying, generally speaking, when you were asked why you lie so much, the first words out of your mouth were, I'm a defensive person. You remember that?
When being accused of something.
Right. When you're accused of something, you're defensive, and so you lie. Right?
Right.
And so that motivation that you had to lie to the police, you would have the same motivation to lie here in court, wouldn't you?
Absolutely not.
Oh, are you not on defensive here?
No, I'm being honest here.
Okay. Now, when you left that night, you were out taking pictures of cars, right?
Yes.
And who are you taking pictures of cars for?
Just a group of
Telegram group? Is Telegram like a messaging app?
Yes.
Who are the people that are part of this group?
I don't know. It's anonymous.
So an anonymous group of what, car thieves?
None of your business.
You could say.
Right. You're a member of this group, car thieves?
I remember.
I mean, you're on the same group chat, and you're actually helping these people to steal. It's your understanding that somebody could possibly go and steal the cars that you're taking
It's possible.
usually
Right.
And what were you getting for your work in helping steal cars?
I'm not sure if I was getting paid anything, meaning like I wasn't getting paid anything unless I took it.
So you're sending out pictures of cars for people to steal, but you're not on the back end for your work?
Unless I do it myself.
All right, so you would want to document the cars that you're going to steal by sending them to a group text with a number of other cars.
Yes.
And so are you proud of stealing cars that you just want to tell other people about it?
No.
So why would you tell other people about the cars that you intended on stealing on a group text?
Just a criminal hobby.
That's just something you do as a criminal?
It's okay. Brian's not saying anything. Look how calm Michael's being. We prayed for this, and this is it's
Now,
fine. Michael's being very, very calm.
as you're out walking around, you at some point make the decision that you're not just going to take pictures of cars, you're actually going to go into them, right?
Yes.
Right.
So you are willing.
If this is all they have to ask him about, this is the best they can do.
Cars, yes.
Right. So just like you were living,
They think they're laying groundwork, but they're not. This
you were willing to invade the personal spaces of anyone else by going into their cars, right?
Yes.
That's not a problem for you.
It is.
But you don't have any problem doing that sort of thing to other people. That's what I'm getting at, right?
No.
And to take from cars, you're looking for any opportunities that may arise as you're walking around, right?
When I'm out there taking stuff from cars, I'm just looking for anything interesting.
Right. Anything of value?
Anything of value or the car itself.
So basically, as you're walking around, you see that a door is unlocked. You're going to go in because an opportunity has arisen to take something, right?
From a car, yes.
And
see, he's trying to lead up to an opportunity. If a house is open, he'll go in there.
A valuable item or or a value that an item that doesn't have a lot of value. Right?
Not necessarily everything has value to somebody.
Be right back. Still packing.
So you testified earlier that because of your habitual status, that you were worried that if you got caught breaking into a car, you would be facing a long period of time in prison. Correct?
Correct.
So you're willing to risk all that over taking just any certain items that may be interesting out of cars.
Yes.
Now, when you went out there that night, you were wearing your North Face jacket,
Yes.
right? And this jacket is your jacket, right?
Yes.
How long had you had that jacket for?
More than 4 years.
All right. And so you also had your hoodie on your head, at the top of your head, right?
Yes.
And was your face also covered too?
Just this part.
The lower part of your face?
Yes.
I'm sorry, which,
This part.
so
The, like the nose.
After the defendant holding his hand over, okay, the lower half of his face.
And you testified on Wednesday that you didn't want your face to be seen, right?
Right.
Because you didn't want people to identify you committing a crime.
Messing with cars, yes.
Right, because you knew that the penalty for being caught committing a crime could be severe for you.
With the vehicles, yes.
Right. And so because of that, you made an effort to hide your identity, right?
Yes.
And part of that also included putting on gloves on your hands, right?
When I found those gloves, I put them on.
Right, because part of the reason was if you were going to be touching on handles, you didn't want to leave fingerprints or DNA behind, right?
Right.
So that's also another seal of identity.
Right.
Now, when you talked to the police about the gloves, you said that they were winter gloves. You remember telling that to the police?
I do.
That was a lie, right?
Right.
They weren't winter gloves. They were actually like rubber gloves, right?
Right.
They're still working on
You
lies.
also testified that throughout the course of that night, you were trying to hide from people. Right?
I was avoiding any confrontation or conflict. Yes.
Not only are you taking steps to hide your face, and your steps to get over from other people so that they can't pick you out, right?
Just was avoiding confrontation.
Because you were going out committing crimes and you didn't want other people confronting you about that, right?
Right.
Now, your phone number back then was 248-906-5529, correct?
Correct.
And you had your phone out the whole night?
Yes.
Functional?
Yes.
Man, ask me what my phone number is 8 months from now.
Exhibit 54. All right, so this
I
is
dare
the,
you.
report created by Texas.
See what answer you get.
Now, if we go to
Because you'll be like, you're a liar.
page 10 of your report, this report. All right, so you've been here for the testimony, correct?
Correct.
You've been able to listen to what everyone has had to say, right?
Correct.
Now this page of the report, it basically shows your activity from 12:35.
Correct.
Now it shows, generally speaking, that you go from northwest to south towards downtown. Is that fair to say?
Correct.
And then from there it goes east to the upper area.
Correct.
Now we'll see that's of the device that you were in possession of, correct?
Correct.
And that
Okay.
action of
Y'all are the
device is
greatest.
actually how
Love
you
y'all.
travel.
Switch over to Fox 2 or wherever you guys can finish watching this trial. I got to head out.
So the report is accurate.
I will see y'all when I get to Arizona.
I'm not familiar with these type of reports, but correct. I went to those places from Alexandria to Harbortown and back.
Now, if we go to the next page, page 11.